Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am Canada's Own, and we are going to rebuild the Sacramento Kings today. Just a few years ago, this team was lighting the beam. They were, I believe, a top 3 seed in the West, top 3 or 4 seed, because they ended up losing to the Warriors in the first round. Granted, they were beaten to death, and the Warriors arguably were a better team, just a little more injured during the regular season. But this past season, they traded away longtime franchise point guard De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs after he basically told them, look, I'm not coming back when my contract is up, so get on with it, or else I'm going to make the move myself. Malik Monk has assumed that role, and he's been fine. Definitely not a true point guard, but 17.5, 4, and 5.5. As a 2 playing the 1, I can't be too upset with that. They picked up Zach LaVine in that trade. I believe it was a 3-teamer that had a couple moving pieces. But he ends up in Sacramento. He's been fine. He can score with the best of them. He's actually upped his overall from an 84, I believe, at the start of the year to an 88. DeMar, same thing. Another guy who can just score with the best of them. Neither is really strong on the defensive end. Neither is Malik Monk, actually. Keegan Murray, drafted 4th overall just a few years ago. Hit a bit of a wall developmentally this year. Not sure what the issue is with him, or if it's mental, if it's a touches thing, if it's doesn't get along with the guys. But he's had a tough junior season in the NBA. Domas, I am going to glaze Domantas Sabonis till the end of time. I think Domantas Sabonis is an All-NBA caliber player. I think he belongs on an All-NBA team. You don't average 19, 14, and 6 on this level of efficiency and not make an All-NBA team. You should have been an All-Star, if we're being honest. But I simulated, the Cavs and the Pistons games, they both won. And then I simulated past this Nuggets game because that's who they're playing today. It's April 9th today. We're going to simulate these last 2 games of the year. We're going to see how she goes. We lose to the Clips, but we beat the Suns. We finished 41-41. Not a single award to be seen. All-NBA teams, though. We get Domas on All-NBA second team. 19, 14, and 6. A little over half a steal, a little less than half a block. 58, 39, 75 splits. Guy is absolutely a top 15 player in basketball, in my opinion. I think Domantas Sabonis is a spectacular basketball player. We're in the play-in. We are the 10 seed against Dallas. We win. Do we beat Golden State? And we do. So we get the honor of being swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Chet, J-Dub, Lou Dort, Shea, iHeart. Let's see how she goes here. Hold on. We took a game. We took 2 games. We lose 3. We fall in 6. But we took 2 games from a team who is leaps and bounds better than us. Yoke and the Nuggets, without a head coach, make the NBA Finals to play the Celtics, and they sweep them. Yoke was on a freaking revenge tour after not getting that MVP. He wins his 2nd ring. I think the goal of this video, I want to keep Domantas Sabonis, or I haven't really decided, if I'm being honest. Maybe we trade Domantas Sabonis in this video. Like, maybe we run it back next year and at the deadline, if it's not working, maybe that's what we'll do. I'll say this. If we are not a top 6 seed, top 5 seed at the trade deadline for this coming season, I will trade Domantas Sabonis. Draft lottery, we should be just outside it if we even own our pick. It goes to the Hawks at 17. But let's look at moving a guy like, maybe they're not sold on Devin Carter. And maybe like, you know what? Let's take these 2nd round picks, Devin Carter. Let's try to upgrade a little bit of depth, forgive me. And maybe we try and add like a 1st round pick in Moussa Diabate. Or Pacome Dadiet. Or a 1st round pick in Shake Milton. From the Lakers? That's got Luka though. And LeBron still. Maybe not in 2026, but a 1st round pick from Houston. Nick Richards is there. 2 firsts from the Thunder. The Philly pick and the Utah pick, we're absolutely going to make that trade. Okay, so on draft night, we don't move into the draft, but what we do is we add some assets. And we have to move on from Devin Carter, who they just used a lottery pick on, but I think in the grand scheme of things, that's going to help us. Player progression, we are not a very young team, so I don't expect to see much. That one's a problem. So is that, actually. Zach LaVine, if I'm not mistaken, has a player option. He does. This contract is probably going to have to stay with us no matter how valuable he gets, just because $50 million is a lot. DeMar is definitely a mobile deal, especially if we want to send him somewhere to contend. I feel like he could be a guy, a veteran, who's able to help teams, whether he comes off the bench or he starts. All I'm going to do, I'm going to cut here. We're going to simulate to the deadline. I'm not going to stop at all unless there's injuries and we have to change the rotation. Because if this team sucks, then Domantas has to go. Like I said, top 5 seed or bust. And if we're good, we're going to try and add and keep a contender in Sacramento. So I will see you guys in just a second. Moment of truth. 27-22 at the trade deadline. Do we keep Domantas Sabonis or not? Oh my God, we're half a game away. Well, I'm a man of my word. Domantas Sabonis, we are going to try and offload to whoever can afford him. You know what? I have a crazy idea. This might bother some people if I do this, but okay, they have Miles Bridges now. This might bother some people. I'm going to try this. Straight up, they're going to counter this. That Philly pick is crazy valuable, so I'm not going to give them that. I'll give them Mark Sears. Okay, they can't take on a player. I'll give them our pick, lottery protected. I don't want to give up a Chicago pick and a Clippers pick. I don't want Herb Jones either. What I can do is stack on a bunch of seconds. Will they do this? Okay, next move to be made, now that we're committed, is going to be to find ourselves a new center. And we're going to look to move somebody somewhere for something. You know what I mean? Do we do a reunion with DeMar in Toronto? I would be willing to give up a bunch of second-round picks to get this deal done. I don't really want to give up a first because it's Nikola Vucevic for a season. But I'll give up 4 seconds. Okay. That is a pretty sizable trade we just made. We're barely floating. We're a 6 seed right now. Maybe we are able to jump into the top 3, 4, or 5 seeds. But as of right now, I'm going to try and make a move that is going to land us, who knows, some young value maybe. The D'Lo deal. So we were able to get that done without giving up a first-round pick. We get D'Angelo Russell, who I know, D'Angelo Russell, it's technically a downgrade, but I picked up Marcus Smart because he wanted a minimum in free agency. So we're going to sim to the end of the regular season now. Maybe we make the playoffs, maybe we don't. Who knows? We have 2 really good picks between Utah and Philly in the offseason, and we may use those to add. We may use them to, who knows, build for the future. But I will see you guys when we get to the end of the regular season. We had no business being as good as we ended up being. But 60 wins for the Knicks, 55-27 the Mavs go out west for Executive of the Year. Let's see. Domas makes All-NBA team again in New Orleans, averages 22, 11.5, and almost 7 assists. He was great. Zion, though, 23.5, 7.5 boards, 4.5 assists, 61% from the field, 37% from 3. Defensive teams, I doubt we have anybody. That's not surprising. Rookie teams, we did not draft one. But look at this. The 4 seed. 52-30. Sacramento basketball may be back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the Kings in round number 1. It's LeBron, it's Luka, it's Austin Reeves. John Collins is now there, and Christian Koloko at the 5. Let's see. Game 1 in Sacramento. We do lose. Problem is they have a Luka, and we do not. Game 2, we lose again. Game 3, we do take one back going into LA, though. Bump the minutes to the starters. Game 4 in LA. We tie it up. Game 5 back in Sacktown. We take a 3-2 lead. Can we move on in 6? Oh, Game 7. Oh, my God. And we get the Pelicans, who upset the Timberwolves in round 1. The MVP of the league falls to Domantas Sabonis, Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, and DeJounte Murray. The Zion Domantas Sabonis Bowl, Game 1 in Sacramento. We lose. Who gave us the work? It was Domas. He was giving it to us. Zach LaVine had a great game. Game 2 in Sacramento. We tie it up. Headed back to New Orleans now. Zion has an all-right game, but Domas has a worse game. Game 3 in New Orleans. We do drop it. Damn, 41 from Domantas Sabonis. Game 4 in New Orleans. We are tied 2-2. Game 5 in Sacramento. We're down. Game 6 in New Orleans. We have tied it up. We have made our way to Game 7. Jake LaRavia. He's been playing better, but we're going to drop the Keon Ellis minutes and drop a minute. How's Vooch? Honestly, I have an idea. We go like that. 40 to Zion this game. Dude, I know he's tired, but 27, 7, and 5. I just need it for another game, and we can rest you a little bit at the start of the Spurs series. Game 7 in Sacramento against the New Orleans Pelicans. Our former franchise cornerstone, Domantas Sabonis, looking on as Zion, the former Pelicans cornerstone, as we give away the game in the fourth quarter. Oh my God, we blew it. We sold the bag in the third quarter. The Pels take on the Spurs, and they lose in 6. Spurs, Knicks. The Spurs are not that good of a team, I'll be honest. Between De'Aaron Fox and just Wemby, they're not that good of a team. But the sim loves them. I mean, Wemby is a giant, so he sims like crazy. The rest of these guys can retire. LeBron comes back. Hall of Fame inductees is just Chris Paul. League meetings, we're rejecting it all. Now, this could be big. You saw the logo. Pick 5, pick 2. There's potential for 2 top 5 picks in this draft. And we're going to sit here and wait and see how the potential future of this franchise shapes out. At 7, let's hope it's not us. Okay, it is not. Now, there are 2 teams who have jumped into the top 4, which means the odds will bump us out. The Pelicans via the Bucks, after going to the conference finals, are picking 6th. At 5, okay, no stranger to the lottery. All right, relax. That means the Philly pick has moved up. Okay, the Philly pick jumped from 5. It is now in the top 3. Does it? Oh my goodness gracious. Does it jump to 1 and give me AJ Dabansa? Oh my goodness gracious. We can land AJ Dabansa and potentially Cameron Boozer. Or maybe we go Booze. I'm going to be honest. I think we're going Cameron Boozer. We're going to put him alongside Zion, and they're going to sim like crazy. Staff signing, new head coach. It's a new era of ball in Sacramento. We're going to look at Kenny Atkinson, most certainly. We're going to look at, nope, that's not a guy. Will Hardy is there. Yep. We're going to look at a guy like Jason Kidd. And we'll look at a guy like Mark Dagno. Do we get anybody? Who's got the best ratings? It's definitely Joe Mazzulla. We get Joe Mazzulla. He sees the pieces in Sacramento, and he believes. First overall pick, we're going Cameron Boozer. Easy selection. Dabansa likely goes 2 to the Knicks. He does. 3 is Nate Ament. 4 is Darius Acuff, and that means we get Darren Peterson at number 5 to play the 2. We have built a new big 3 in Sacramento. Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson, Zion Williamson, and maybe Zach LaVine. Depends on how you feel about him. Keegan Murray is out the door, and maybe a pick that we have, which we do have our own, lottery protected first. We are going center hunting, and we are trying to make a big splash. Jared Allen, is he attainable? They want Jonas Valanciunas. Well, why would I give you both of my centers? Trey Lyles. It's all right. Hold on. Come on. You want the San Antonio pick? You give us Isaac Okoro? Deal. Welcome to Sacramento, Jared Allen. Honestly, maybe just Isaac Okoro. He may be able to land us somebody on his own. But I will also throw Amir Coffey in there. Can we get a better backup power forward? Carter Bryant is there. Tumani Kamara. The sim despises him, but the Blazers are offering. I have to accept. Player progression, here we are. Darren Peterson's going to drop by 1 because of the position change. Zach LaVine gets a little worse. Keon Ellis is an 80. Isaiah Joe goes up 2 from the position change. JV gets a little worse. That's all right. We picked up Mo Wagner for a reason. John Isaac gets a little worse, but he was already hurt. CJ gets way worse, which kind of sucks. Then there's Kevin Huerter, Monte Morris, and the rest. But the big guys up top get better, which is all that matters to me. Hoops Summit, take a look at the contract extensions going into season number 3. We're going to start auto-generating the classes now, even though, actually, I'll load in the 2027 class. It's pretty accurate. The guy who makes them is pretty reliable as well. So we'll look at extensions. JV, Zach LaVine. Zach is a little worrisome, so I'm going to hold off. Same thing with Jonas Valanciunas, especially dropping from an 80 to a 77 in just a season. The rest of these guys, though, we can live without for now. Zion testing free agency is a little concerning, but we will make it work when we get there. Yeah, okay. So we'll set this rotation together really fast, and then we're going to get to simulating, hopefully able to attain ourselves a top 3 seed this year. I think would be a pretty reasonable goal. They just wanted to not play Darren Peterson this year. Is fascinating to me. 20 to all the big dogs. Honestly. 30 to Peterson. 34 to Zion. 32 to the front court of Boozer and Allen. Dude, this team is good. This team is good. It's so exciting. So we've completely changed the roster around aside from Zach LaVine, realistically. But Zion, 100%, shoot every shot. You are the guy. Jared Allen, I would actually like it if he shot the ball a little more. Zach LaVine, we can live without your shots. Tumani, I want him to shoot it, maybe not touch it as much, but when he gets it, I don't want him to be afraid to shoot the ball. Booze, I definitely want to have him shooting the ball. Him and Zion are going to be the big two. And then I think everything else. Isaiah Joe, we can live without for now. Keon Ellis, I don't mind shooting it at a 60. Darren Peterson, 80 and 80. Let's change that to a 75-85. I think we'll go something like that. Let's see. Game 1 of the year against Denver. We take it 126-18. Zion shines in the first game of the season. Jared Allen, 10-4, 14-10, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Cameron Boozer, tough first game, but he didn't really shoot the ball, so it's a pretty well-rounded first game. Keon was great. Darren Peterson was great. 13-4, 1-1 with 2 blocks. A little turnover happy. A 1-to-5 assist-to-turnover ratio, but that's all right. We're going to get to simulating now. I will see you guys at the deadline if we need to add. Otherwise, we're going to the playoffs. Alrighty, fellas. 37-15 at the deadline. Let's take a look at the player stats here. 23 from Zion, 17 from Jarrett, 17 from Cam, 14, 4-4 from Darren Peterson, 12, 3-4 from Zach LaVine, 10.5, 3.5, 2.5 from Jake LaRavia, 10, 2-1 from Keon Ellis. Tumani, okay, the 3 ball is falling. That's good. Usually the game tries to kill him. 7-4 from Mo. I can't hate on that, and a guy who's playing 12 minutes a night. CJ is fine off the bench, 40% from 3. This team is too good. I'm going to look to move Jonas Valanciunas and maybe Monte Morris. But if I'm being honest, I don't really think there's much else we need to move. Honestly, it might be Monte Morris time. He's great, but we've got CJ. We don't really need the 1 spot anymore. There you go. That's the backup. That's the 3rd string center I would be looking for. There we go. Now we take Steven Adams. If I can dump him for, you know what, Dylan Hughes. And then we look at Dylan Hughes. Can't get him out the door. So we keep everybody right there. Look at contract extensions one more time before we get going. Zach LaVine, I still cannot do that, man. As much as I love the efficiency, the 3 ball is actually pretty, way down there this year. Can't re-sign him. We're going to have to hang on with what we've got. We're going through the trade deadline. We're going to go right to the end of the regular season. We're looking pretty right now. Going to hit 40 wins before 20 losses. We're legit contenders. I will see you guys in the playoffs. All right, boys. Wemby MVP. Cameron Boozer, Rookie of the Year, the first overall pick. Takes Rookie of the Year honors. 17, 8, and 5 assists. Almost 3 stocks a game as a rookie. 52, 37, 87 splits. The guy's a superstar. De'Aaron Fox, 6th Man of the Year in Utah. So San Antonio won a ring with him and then just dealt his ass to the Jazz. Wemby is Depoy. I'm actually curious here. What if we... I feel like Walker Kessler is now... Oh, Walker Kessler's a Blazer, and he was in Phoenix this year. That makes perfect sense. We're going to have to look at who De'Aaron Fox was traded for. 60 and 22, Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year. All-NBA teams, got to get Zion on there. We've got to have Zion. All-NBA 3rd, I'll take that. 22, 7, and 5, 62, 29, 81 splits. Defensive teams, Jared Allen maybe. We don't get Jarrett. Rookie teams, though, we get Booze. We get Darren Peterson in 4th. There we go. We are the 1 seed. We get the Spurs, of course. Who's in their lineup? It's Wemby. Who did they trade De'Aaron Fox for? I got to see this. Trade. So these are all our moves. Let's just go to the Spurs. We're the Jazz, actually. Here we go. What? How did De'Aaron end up in Utah? Did he leave? They didn't re-sign him, is what I'm thinking happened. Bradley Beal. Let me see. Jonas Valanciunas was there. OG in a second for Pascal Siakam. Ben Simmons in a second for Lonzo Ball. Wendell Carter for Herb Jones. That's a nothing trade. D'Lo for DeMar. We did not make that trade, actually. That was facilitated on their own. Karis LeVert for that guy. Bradley Beal and Caleb Martin again. DeAndre Ayton in a second for Walker Kessler. That is highway robbery for the Blazers there. That's ridiculous. Okay. Draymond Green for Dennis Schroeder. That's fascinating to me. Let's take a look at the final stats for the season. You saw Zion. You saw Cameron Boozer. But Jarrett puts up 17 and 9, blocking a shot a game. 15, 4, and 4 from Darren Peterson. 13, 3, and 4 from Zach LaVine. 11 and 4 with 2 assists for Jake LaRavia. Just under 10 for Keon Ellis. Just over 8 for Tumani Kamara. Shot almost 40% from 3. Mo Wagner, 7 and 4 in 10 minutes a night. Spectacular. Let's say 70%. Oh, that was from the free throw line. CJ, 6 and 2 assists with a rebound. I don't care as long as he comes in and he hits a shot here and there. Andre Drummond didn't end up playing for us, but he averaged 4 and 5 in Philly before we picked him up. The Spurs are just De'Aaron Fox-less now. Game 1 in Sacramento. I knew that was going to happen. That is the issue. Game 2. Okay. Game 3. Okay. Game 4 in San Antonio. Game 5 in Sacramento. Dude, this is the worst thing that can happen because how is he dotting up a guy like Jared Allen? Jared's averaging 21 and 8. You're telling me he's not slowing Wemby down at all? He's averaging 2.5 stocks a night. What more could you possibly want? Jake LaRavia. This guy can't perform in the playoffs. I'm taking him out of the rotation. Game 6 in San Antonio. Okay, Game 7 in Sacramento. Oh, man. Okay, we survive. We get the Timberwolves in round 2. We had to crank the minutes up, but it's Ant, it's Naz Reid, it's Jonathan Kuminga. So I guess Rudy's coming off the bench. Jaden McDaniels is still there, and Rob Dillingham is at the 1. Let's see how Game 1 in Sacramento goes. We take it. Game 2 in Sacramento. We're up 2-0. We head to Minnesota and take a 3-0 lead. Game 4. Oh, that's fine. Back to Sacktown. Okay, back to Minnesota. We get through it in 6. Kyrie, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, AD, Derek Lively. This team could dismantle us swiftly. It depends if 2K's in a good or bad mood. If they feel like helping me out, we're going to win. If not, Dallas is going to beat us in 4. We lose the first by just 9 points. But when VJ Edgecombe as a rookie is giving you 23, okay, we take one back in Sacramento. We lose the first in Dallas and the second. That can't happen. That cannot happen. CJ's been bad. Keon has been borderline unplayable. Isaiah Joe has been very good. Mo has been fine. Tumani has been fine as well. We're going to go 40 there, 32, 32, 38. 38 to the front court alongside Zion getting 40. Game 5 in Sacramento. We take it. Game 6 in Dallas. Oh my God, we're tied. Game 7 to go to the NBA Finals. Oh my God. Zion Williamson has just willed us to a Western Conference title. He is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Cade is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He averages 31, 7, and 7 to Zion's 25, 7, and 5.5. Here we go. The Pistons have got to be rolling. It's Cade. It's Quentin Grimes. He's back in Detroit. It's Asar Thompson. John Collins is now in Detroit. And Jalen Duren at the 5. Game 1. Actually, who is the better team? I'm curious. We were 16-22. I wonder. The Pistons were the 1 seed. So they're the best team from out east. We were 7 games better in the regular season. They would have finished 3rd in the Western Conference. Game 1. We do lose, though. Jared Allen and Zion combined for 66, 18, and 10. And we lose because Cade gave us 39 and 10 on his own. Game 2 in Sacramento. We lose another one. There's no way. I have no problem cutting these minutes down. Keon Ellis, you're unplayable. I cannot have him in my rotation. Mo, he's been fine, but he's got to go down. Isaiah Joe, same thing. Tumani. We've got 14 minutes that just freed up. All right. There you go. Running the 8-man rotation now, right? Yep. Here we go. Game 3. We're in Detroit now. We lose another. Cade Cunningham is going to sweep this team. Game 4 in Detroit. We get swept. 28, 5.5, and 9. We get swept in the NBA Finals. And I guess now we've got to try and run it back next year and figure this out because Zion's a free agent in a year. Okay, let's look first. We're not going to renounce the rights on $73 million. He's got an offer from the Warriors, 4 years, 75. I don't think I can do that, dude. We could do Tumani like this, get him to $16 million in that 3rd year, guarantee the money. I'm willing to do like a 3-year deal with Zach. I can't do much more than what we're about to give him. Yeah, we're going to lose Zach LaVine, it looks like. But that's all right. I mean, not really worth the $80 million price tag, if I'm being honest. That will now give the keys to... we're going to make Isaiah Joe probably a 2-guard. And Keon Ellis has got to go. We need a point guard. Let's figure out who that is. It might be Jordan Poole. Actually, you know what? I think it is Jordan Poole. 2-year deal, guaranteed. I will even bring in a guy like, how's Dante been playing? Pretty good. 2-year deal, 10 million bucks. We need to find someone who can start at the point guard spot, which means we're going to have to trade for someone. Because I think it's going to be Isaiah Joe at the 2. Keon Ellis has got to go. He's unplayable at this point, if I'm being honest. This future pick, I'm hoping we can get a 2-for-1 going. Like a Peyton Pritchard would be a great starting point guard. Or, okay, Onyeka Okongwu is there, but we don't need a center. Dalton Connect, how's he been? Pretty damn good, but I don't want Draymond. VJ Edgecombe is there from Dallas. It's a no-brainer. If they're offering it, I'm absolutely going to accept. So we need a backup 1 for sure. Backup point guard is top priority. D'Angelo Russell, how would you like to come back to Sacramento? And then Malik Beasley is an excellent add, I feel like. Backup 5 is very important. Clint Capella for 2 years, for a year, at 6. Who do we get first? We get D'Lo. Nickeil Alexander-Walker just played in the G League. I'll do that. Power forwards. PJ, 2 years at the minimum. We've got no offers. Oh my god, we get both. Did we get PJ as well? Oh my goodness gracious. Centers, Quentin Post is there. You know what? Just for the sake of age, let's do that as well. Pick up Quentin Post. And the Denver Nuggets matched it. Damn it. I was going to say that was a good ad. No. Orlando Robinson. I just need size. 6'11", 255, Jock Lawndale. Why not? Let's pick him up. There we go. Player progression now. Big jumps are coming. Oh my goodness. 92, 90, 88, 85, 85, 84, 82, 81, 80. We've got some regression towards the bottom here, but are we really worried about it? We've got 3 at every position except the small forward spot. But we're fine because we have a Zion at the small forward spot. Let's look at extensions. Hopefully Zion is open to coming back, especially after a finals run. I hope that's enough incentive to want to re-up with us. But if it's not, we're going to have to pick him up in the offseason. It is not. So let's hope we can get this extension done in the middle of the regular season, because otherwise I am concerned we may lose him to free agency. Keep the guys fresh throughout the season. That is the goal here. Game 1 against LA, we beat them by 40 to open the year. What a game from the starting lineup. Tumani has a tough first game, but 2 steals, only a turnover, hits 2 threes as well, so we will live with that. And that is going to do it for now. We're going to simulate straight to the trade deadline. If somebody's got to get moved, somebody's going to get moved. Otherwise, I'll see you guys at the end of the regular season. I truly do not know if addition is even necessary for this roster right now. 23, 22, 18 from the big 3. All averaging north of 7 rebounds. 16, 4 and 4 from Darren Peterson. 14, 5 and 4 from VJ. Tumani's averaging 8 and 5 with 2.5 assists, 2 steals and a block. His efficiency is terrible. I've honestly got to turn his shot tendency down. Jake LaRavia, very good. We'll see if he plays himself out of the rotation again in the playoffs. Isaiah Joe has been great, shooting the 3 very well. D'Lo has been fine, shooting the 3 not very well, but 45 and 90 from the field and from the line. Mo Wagner, again, in 10-ish minutes a night, 5 and 3. I can't really complain. So I'm gonna change Tumani's tendencies right now. Drop that way down to a 40, and his touch down to a 40. Darren Peterson does not need to be at a 90, but he can be at an 80. 85 there, 90, 100, and 100. Actually, let's keep Zion at 90 for the touch. 95, 85. Let's go like this. We're going to look at extensions. I was able to extend Zion. I'll show you guys that. 41.5, 43.5, 45.5 for the next 3 seasons. Jared Allen is still around. We've got everybody else still on at least 2-year deals for core pieces of the rotation. Nobody else is eligible now, though, except Jake LaRavia, but I'm not interested in signing that. So we're going to get going now. We're going to go straight to the end of the regular season. We're approaching 70-win territory if all goes well. We're going to simulate to the end of the year. We're going to skip the extension deadline, and I will see you guys when we make the playoffs. Wemby's your MVP. That guy, Rookie of the Year. That's Jasper Johnson, actually. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Will Riley, Most Improved. Luka, Clutch Player of the Year. 70 and 12. We up the win total by a full 10 games. Cam Boozer makes All-NBA first team. Zion makes All-NBA second team. When was the last time, if ever, the Sacramento Kings have had 2 All-NBA members? Defensive teams, we do get Cam on all defensive second team. We had no rookies. We are the 1 seed. Yet again, we get the Lakers. Should just be Luka. They have KD, Miles Bridges. De'Aaron Fox has made his way to LA now, the southern part of California. Let's see. Game 1 against the Lake Show. We win. Game 2, we lose. Oh boy. Game 3, we take in LA. Game 4, we take in LA. Game 5, we're through to the second round. We get the Denver Nuggets. It's Yoke. It's Aaron Gordon, Ochai Agbaji, Julian Strawther, and Jamal Murray. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. In Denver now for Game 3, we lose. Game 4 in Denver, they're tied. Game 5, we take it. Game 6 in Denver, we're through to the conference finals. We get Dallas, a rematch. Kyrie, Keon Ellis, Chris Middleton, AD, Derek Lively. Game 1, we lose. Jaden Hardy gives us 25 off the bench. Game 2, we take it back. Game 3 in Dallas, we win. Game 4 in Dallas, we win as well. Game 5 in Sacramento, we're back to the NBA Finals to face the Jalen Williams-led Atlanta Hawks with Trey Mann, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, and Onyeka Okongwu. Interesting. 9-man rotation for the NBA Finals. Let's see. Game 1 against the Hawks, we take it by 30. Handily so. Game 2, we take it as well by 4 this time. So they close the gap, but Zion gives them 31, 9, and 15 with 3 steals and a block. Matched by 25, 8, and 3 from Booz with a steal and 3 blocks. Jared Allen, 2 blocks and a steal. My goodness. Game 3 in Atlanta. We're up 3-0. We are a game away from an NBA title in Sacramento. We win by 35 points. Game 4, we lose. Back to Sacramento, though, to win an NBA title. Okay, back to Atlanta. At least we get it done. Zion Williamson and the Sacramento Kings just went 70-12 and then won the NBA Finals after making it there last year as well. Joe Mazzulla was a difference maker in the coaching spot. We pick up Zion, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Jared Allen as the big 4. Zion wins Finals MVP, averaging 25, 9, 8 assists, 2 steals on 66% from the field, 60% from 3, and 82% from the line. Let's take a look at the roster real fast. Look at the assembly that we put together here. An excellent display of depth across the board with elite role players, superstars, all-stars, future superstars, and we're able to get this rebuild done in year 4 of the challenge. And that means, because of this, that is going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. PST. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.